Hi guys, we're Christine and Binne.
Hello there.
And today we're going to talk to you about something that we love. We're going to talk to you about Legos. But more specifically, Lego storage.
Yeah, so when we moved into the house that we live in now, we thought we'd use our basement room as kind of a Lego playroom. The idea was that we'd put all the Legos down there and then the kids could go down to the basement and play with the Legos, bring their friends. Every now and again we would go and join them and have a little family Lego party. And in theory that was a really good idea, but in practice it just didn't work because the kids wouldn't go down there and play with their Legos.
Yeah, and that's a shame. So we knew we had to change something, and we came up with a solution that we really love, and we're going to show you now.
Yay!
Our kids have a decent amount of Legos, but we found out that the sets have to be easier to get to and look more appealing in order for the kids to want to play with them.
Yeah, so we wanted their sets to be visible, but not look cluttered or messy. The first step, obviously, was bring them up to their room so that the kids didn't have to go to the basement to play with the Legos. But what we did was we got a shelf, and that's where the kids stored their bigger sets, the ones that they want to keep intact and play with on their desk.
And their newer stuff, the ones that they're more excited about right now. We also got them this big desk so that they could play with more Legos there, and some chairs that don't roll so they can climb up on those and easily get down the Legos they want to play with.
Yeah. And we found that was a much better solution than keeping the Legos downstairs, or even keeping the Legos on top of their dressers or bookcase. It was just so much more of a challenge, I guess, for the kids to get those Legos when they weren't just above their desk.
The rest of the kids' Legos we keep in a drawer underneath their bunk bed. The kids can easily pull out the drawer themselves, and then all the Legos they have are right there in front of them.
Absolutely. What I love about that is the fact that it's so easy to clean up once the kids are done playing with them. They basically just have to tuck that drawer back underneath the bunk bed.
And the room looks nice again.
Precisely.
The drawer also provides a really nice overview of their Legos. We use these small boxes to divide the Legos into categories, so we'll have an Ninjago category and a superhero category and a Lego Friends category, something that kids can maintain themselves and know the division.
And that's what we're going for, right? I mean, it was that functionality. We don't want to categorize by color or by brick size because, give it 2 weeks and it's just going to be a complete mess again.
Yeah, it's been, 7-8 months now?
Yeah, exactly. And it's still basically the same as
it was when we started.
Yeah. What I also love about the small boxes is that they're so easy to bring up to the desk and sit and play with them there. The kids will just, basically pick out the 3-4 different categories that they want to play with at any given time and then sit at the desk while they're playing.
Yeah, when you contrast this to the big containers we used to use, the kids had a hard time finding the pieces they were looking for. They had to dig through it, and many times their pieces would break. Also, they couldn't really bring that big container to the table. It was too heavy, but also they had to stand up to reach the bottom of it to get the pieces they needed.
Exactly.
So our solution worked really well for us, but you need to find a solution that works the best for you. Your situation will definitely look different from ours. You might have a different number of kids, or you might have a house that's much bigger than ours, or smaller. To get to our solution, we asked ourselves a number of questions. So you might ask yourself these questions as well.
Yeah, so for example, what is the problem with your current Lego storage? You might start there. Is it that the kids, like in our case, aren't playing with the Legos? And if so, why is that? Is it that lack of access? Is it just unappealing for the kids to play with the Legos that they have? Or is it the lack of play space?
Another question you might ask yourself is, does your setup make it easy for the kids to find what they're looking for? Does it make it easy for them to rotate the stuff they're playing with, or do they only play with the top layer? And the last question, which is probably the most important one, is it easy for the kids to clean it up themselves? Because none of us want to step on Legos in the middle of the night.
Exactly. So when you think about the solution from more of a functionality and maintenance point of view, you're much more likely to come up with the system or a solution that works for everybody and that everybody's happy with. It's so much easier to tweak the solution to make it look good if the underlying foundation is in place.
And you have to remember, it's a kid's room. So as much as we love Legos, whatever solution we come up with, it has to work for the kids. Because if it works for them, they're more likely to play with it and keep it looking nice.
Hey guys, hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more awesome content like this. See you next time.